Hey, this is Pastor Jack, and I'm very excited and delighted, actually, to respond to questions that have been asked, how to study the Bible. Really two questions, how to study the Bible and how do I study the Bible. I guess I would really love to throw in the third factor, though, which really matters the most. For you personally, how do you study the Bible to get all that you can out of it for you? So this is not for sermon preparation. This is not for hosting or conducting or teaching a devotional. This is for you to study the Bible. And this is the introduction today, just a brief introduction. And then we're going to be giving you in following videos some tips, Bible versions, recommended Bible versions. In fact, what versions to avoid. You're going to learn about what versions to use in certain books of the Bible, believe it or not, and a whole lot of other things. So for example, let's just get the 30,000 foot view of where we're going to be going. When you approach the Bible to study it for yourself, this is something other than daily Bible reading, okay? This is digging in. And this is my system. Everyone's got their different system, and so you should. But there are certain elements to what I'm going to share that all Bible students hold to. And you'll see these in a moment. And these are the basics. And then regarding the other portions where I love to spend more time on in following videos, that's where we're going to kind of put some meat on these things of approaching the Word of God to study for yourself. For example, these basic 8 things I do. I want to ask these questions. Who is writing the book? Who's the author of the book? From Genesis to Revelation, I want to know who it is. That's going to entail a little bit of a biographical study. Find out more about that later. For example, who's John? Which John is this? What can I know about John? The next thing I want to know is asking the question, who's it written to? This is really valuable. Who is the author writing to? So important to your proper and conservative biblical interpretation. And then the third thing is, when was it written? And that's a lot of fun, because when tells you what's going on in the area, for example, of Jerusalem or Babylon or Persia, the when question. How do you find the date or dates of authorship? And then where was it written from? Very key, where is the author writing from? If he's talking to the Romans, he must be in Rome and he's writing to the Romans. Guess what? Not true. It's going to be awesome. And then why? Why is he writing it? This is a very, very wonderful part of Bible study. Why did John write what he wrote? Why did Paul write what he wrote? This is going to be a blast. Why? And then we're going to be asking the what question. What does it communicate? What is it? We're going to be looking at that. We're going to be looking at the book of the Bible that I'm studying. How does it apply to me now? And I can only really answer that question with the final question is, how did it apply to those who read it? So how did the Romans apply what Paul wrote to them in the book of Romans? How does it relate to me? How does it apply to my life? I know this is a 30,000 foot introductory flyby. Those are the 8 basic questions that will launch you out into deeper, more, I have to tell you, fun Bible study. And then for those of you who might be familiar with our study, you'll see why. Sometimes we'll cover 6 verses, maybe 10 verses in a Bible study. And then sometimes you're going to see why we only cover a half a verse. It's because you're going to discover that the Bible is pregnant with truth and application. And sometimes a verse is pregnant with awesome revelation. So we're going to be having a great time. I hope this matters to you and you learn how to study the Bible for yourself for all that it's worth. Stay tuned and we'll see you in the next video. God bless you guys.